it's not a headline fight. He can punch, but he's never ever fought anyone in the level of AJ. It is what it is, I suppose. It's not great, is it?
Another one of my favourites, Lee Eaton. I've got to shout out Lee Eaton. Before we start this off, Lee Eaton is somebody in boxing that has backed me, supported me all the way through my independent boxing media channel of October Red. So I just wanted to publicly thank you for that, because boxing's a bit of a murky sport and there's not that many
listen,
nice characters in there, should I say.
Good things come to good people. You're a good person. We've got a good relationship. We talk very regularly, so no, it's good.
Listen, making this fight, I enjoyed the Magnificent Seven. I could even go back onto that fight. But these two, this clash, this world title clash, this Saturday, you're the one that's key matchmaking for this.
Not for this fight. Listen, all props go to George and Frank Warren for this.
Okay. Insane matchup though.
They put the fight together. They got the fight done. Lately, boxing, I get bored. I'm not bored, but I'm not excited about boxing. So because where I'm in it every day, talk about 16-hour days, stuff like that. Not many fights excite me, but this fight excites me, and now the whole card excites me, which is unusual for me, because like obviously I sit there week in week out watching hundreds of rounds and rounds and rounds, but I'm actually going to be glued to the box. Starting off, you got obviously Bobby Flood, who's an unbelievable. I think he's going to be the next superstar out of Ireland. Unbelievable talent. He's on early, and then Umar Talayev, the world gold medalist. I think he's the best amateur. He was the best amateur in the world, but I think he'll win gold medal at the Olympics next year in 2028. He's on his second pro fight, and them two alone are unbelievable talents. But then you go into Majid versus Gwyn, unbelievable fight. It's going to be an absolute banger. That
the resurgence, I should say, from Gavin Gwyn.
Yeah, obviously, I thought he won both of the Cameron Vong fights, both close fights. But the first one I thought he won very clearly. The second one was a lot closer. But yeah, Khalil Majid's team personally asked for the fight, so fair play to them. It's that he's at that level that he wants to move up and step into the next level, which is good. So yeah, no, listen, that's a great fight. But then listen, Jalilov, I don't know how to say it. I think I said it right.
Yeah, it's Jalilov.
But the big Uzbek, double gold medalist, fighting in the UK. Obviously David Morrell.
Now that is a pickup.
Yeah,
because he thought you weren't going to get paid yet.
No.
And then 2 weeks later, getting paid.
Exactly that. So Queensberry have got a good relationship with Louis de Cubas. So we've done obviously got him on the card and stuff like that. But it's an exciting acquisition for the show. It's unbelievable for the show. A lot of people are talking about it. But then obviously Liam Cameron versus Brad Ray. Two boys, the nicest boys you'll ever meet, but are absolutely going to go to war. My personal favourite is Jack Rafferty versus Echo Esserman.
Not a lot of people are talking about that. Like Conor Walker and Sam Eggington.
When I made this fight, it excited me.
Yeah.
And I was buzzing.
That's war. That's another war.
Both fighters jumped at the chance, to be fair. Obviously, Jack had to move up a division, but he come up to me this week and went, "You was right. I should have definitely fighting at welterweight." I was like, well, listen, sometimes you got to listen. But yeah, listen, it's an unbelievable fight. I'm really, really excited for that one. And obviously, this is the main event. It's incredible.
Can I ask, right? You've got all of the heavyweights, yeah? Long and short of it. What makes you guys, Queensberry, say, you know what? I'm going to mix our guys up. Yes, there's going to be a loser, but we don't mind that. We're still going to put two of our guys on a show together. We're aware that there's risks.
But this, like George and Frank always say, if they lose, there's still fights there for them. There's so many fights out there that You go in, you win, you move on. You go if you lose and you put up a good performance, you're still going to get an opportunity. Obviously, when Queensberry obviously done their heavyweight thing, obviously 6 years ago, whatever, before I was there, they've obviously they basically wanted to put all their effort into heavyweight boxing, and it's worked. Look, what Tyson Fury's done with Moses Atalma, who's the best prospect in boxing. I can't even call him a prospect no more.
Can
the kid's
ya?
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone. I've watched him train. I've watched him in the changing rooms. I've watched him fight. I've never seen a kid fight like that. He's incredible. So it's like the future is very, very bright for Queensberry. But with the heavyweights, there's so many fights. Zile Zhang, he's lost a fight, but he'll be back straight in a big fight. Like, obviously, there's fights there. Tony Yoka come for 3 losses. He's going to be a big fight. There's always fights there at heavyweight, and there's always good money fights there. So they can all. David Adelaide, he's come back. He's going to be in a big fight next. We're working on something now. So there's always, no matter if you do win or if you do lose, you still come back. So it's good to have that variety in the stable.
One thing I noticed today, to be fair, somebody sent it to me. I can't take the credit for that. The WBC rankings, Tyson Fury is now, obviously, Lawrence Okoli dropped down to 2. Tyson Fury is up to number 1. Now, call me a bit of a conspiracy theorist. Is there potentially, I'm not ignoring Agit Kabayel, by the way, is there a potential that the fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury could be for a world title belt? I know
from where I've not had any conversations or no, but all I do know is Agit Kabayel is next in line to fight for that WBC world title.
So it will remain
no
as
matter
it does.
What,
okay.
he is the mandatory. If Usyk after this fight has to fight Agit Kabayel or give up the belt, and then Agit Kabayel will fight for the title.
Do you think that Usyk will challenge Agit Kabayel?
I'm not too sure.
He's already
There's
dropped one,
obviously-
hasn't he, to Fabio?
There's been a few conversations and stuff like that. I'm not too sure. All I do know is, listen, Agit Kabayel's been very, very patient. He's done everything correctly by the WBC, and he will be next fighting for the WBC world title.
So back onto the subject of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, the fight that I, for one, and I'm sure many will concur, we've been waiting for this for ages.
Yeah.
I remember the first time it was announced on BoxRec, I put it on my socials, I said, here it is, finally happening. And then obviously it didn't happen because of arbitration, Wilder 3, etc., etc. So now we're having talks. Obviously, Anthony Joshua is going to have his warm-up fight with somebody called Christian Prenga. I didn't know who he was before, had to do my research. Now, you can shoot me down dead, and I'm happy with this. But obviously he's having this fight to, get that ring rust off because of obviously the circumstances that he's been through. But in preparation for Tyson Fury, would you say that's an ideal fight? Because I don't think it is.
To be fair, I know who Christian Prenga is because I was going to put him in against, I don't know, I think I looked at it for like Moses after a few fights or something like that, or Adelaide or something like that. I knew obviously who he was. It's not a headline fight, but obviously AJ's a headliner, but it's not a great opponent. But listen, it is what it is. It is a warm-up fight, isn't it? So, but he can punch, but he's never ever fought anyone in the level of AJ. I don't think AJ is what AJ is all them years ago, but he's still an incredible athlete. Obviously can punch, very experienced, obviously 2-time heavyweight world champion. So yeah, listen, it is what it is, I suppose. It's not great, is it?
No, but then if he has a warm-up, but then does that push the ball back to Tyson Fury, who will say, well, if Fury's having a warm-up, I'm going to have a warm-up.
Yeah,
and then we end up in warmup.com.
Tyson's just fought back off in a warm-up. So does he wait till whenever it is, like they're talking October or whatever? It ain't that far away. Tyson will probably just go and get in camp and have a lot of sparring. That's what he loves doing. He loves being in camp. It helps his mind, helps everything. Do you know what I mean? So I think Tyson will I don't think he'll fight before that.
Fair enough. The last thing,
I don't know. I have not had none of them conversations. So, but that's just my work. That's me.
yeah, well, I'll take,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're somebody that's credible in the sport, and I wanted your opinion because of that, because of your credibility, because you understand boxing, because you've run boxing for years.
Yeah.
One of the things that you mentioned there is mental health, and I'm going to end on that. Ricky Hatton, there's now a foundation that's been set up for him in honour of, obviously, mental health. I'm going to ask you for a few words. He is having a party. They're having a party to launch his charity. I believe it's June the 6th.
Okay.
Potentially in Manchester, where they're going to have lots of speakers, but it's going to be a party because that is what he loves to do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I want your words on Ricky Hatton and also your opinion on mental health as well, especially in boxing.
Do you know, people won't know this, but Ricky actually helped me a lot. When in 2015, my wife, in March 2015, my wife got diagnosed with cancer. And she only had a 20% chance of living. So we was going through a bit of a rough time. She was in hospital for I think it was 9 or 10 weeks. And while she was in hospital, I was looking after my 6-month-old baby, my little Reg Buller. And I was involved in like boxing, and I had a evening with Ricky Hatton booked for the April. So I carried on doing the thing, and obviously that keeping busy had helped me do the thing. And obviously we sold the event out, unbelievable event. Then spent the night with Ricky, then ended up out went out in his Bentley. Paul Speak drove us in his Bentley, sitting there drinking beer. I was a proper boxing fan, and Ricky Hatton was my hero at the time. So this mentally healed me. Do you know what I mean? We went to Sugar Hut. We got obviously the only way is this, we had a table. We was dancing on tables, everything like that. And obviously I was taking a photo of us, and then someone else put a phone in Ricky's face, and he's grabbed my phone and bit it, and took a chunk out of it and cracked all the screen. I remember doing a Facebook saying, does anyone know where to fix my phone? Because Ricky Hatton bit my phone. And it was just so that helped me through quite a tough time in my life. But listen, my wife's 11 years in remission. She's run a marathon last year. She's an amazing woman. So, but yeah, that was like just a little story for Ricky as a fan. But then obviously I got to know him through the boxing. Obviously, once I worked in boxing, and had good time with him. Always such a happy, good, go lucky man. But deep inside, he was hurting, and people don't realise and don't see the hurt and stuff like that some people go through. So yeah, it's quite sad. But listen, mental health is massive. A lot of people do take the mick out of it and say, "Oh, listen," but it is a condition, and a lot of people have lost their life for it. So listen, them setting up a charity, it'd be good. Obviously, I know Frank is a big fan of Ricky, and he will support it, and Queensberry will always support it. We've got obviously Campbell coming on Saturday. It'd be good to catch up with him, and Paul Speak and stuff like that. So yeah, listen, good people, always been good to me. So yeah, listen, rest in peace, Ricky Hatton.